Welcome to Capacity Building Program of National Mission on Libraries. Today I am going to discuss about acquisition of library materials using integrated library management system. We will start with the objectives of the acquisition system in libraries. The acquisition module intends to impart knowledge of the various aspects of library acquisition systems, such as learn about basics of library automated acquisition systems, understand the purpose of automated acquisition system, understand workflow in an automated acquisition system, to understand management reporting system, to find out implications of information and communication technology on library acquisition system, to understand the concept of master database, and to understand about ebooks management and pattern driven acquisition system, etc. Let us start with the introduction. Libraries are user-centric institutions that focus on users' satisfaction. Information and communication technology has brought significant changes in the various services given by the libraries. An automated acquisition system is generally referred to as book ordering system, wherein various steps involved in traditional acquisition process are automated. Acquisition is the process of developing library collection by selecting, ordering, and receiving documents. It is also called as an process of collecting book and non-book materials by different modes such as purchase, exchange, and gratis. It is a core process which is followed to enhance library's collection. It is also referred to as a department in the library which is responsible for selecting, ordering, and receiving new materials and for maintaining accurate records. Acquisition is a set of interrelated activities involved in building and maintaining a collection of library resources serve to the needs of its clients. Acquisition is treated as core component of collection development in the library. The process of acquiring document includes evaluation of existing collection and taking proper decisions about usefulness of the document over a period of time. There are numerous challenges, trends, and paradigm shifts occurring in acquisition management in libraries. Incessant development in ICT, information clog-up, paradigm shift in scholarly content, degradation of funds, fiscal constraints are major factors influencing the process of acquisition. Now we will try to understand what are the purposes of an automated acquisition system. Some of its purposes are to have effective and efficient control over requests, approvals, purchase orders, and budget management. To record and maintain bibliographic and administrative information of acquisition data. To provide accurate information about funds committed and requirements. To provide necessary management information reports as and when required. To reduce manpower, time-consuming work, repetitive jobs involved in manual acquisition system, and to have an efficient and effective control over receipt of individual document from a purchase order, reminder for outstanding documents, etc. Automated acquisition system consists of three things, that is master database, acquisition process, and reports. Let us start with the master database. Master database is one of the component of automated acquisition system. Automated acquisition system is a set of tasks carried out for maintaining and machinating the whole acquisition process. To avoid frequent inputting of the data in acquisition process, the details related to authority files, vendors, budget, currency, types of document, etc. are stored in a master database. Following are some of the important master database which are essential and are prerequisites for automated document acquisition system. First is authority file. There are three types of authority files, that is author, publisher and subject. In this file, necessary details such as name of the author, dates associated with the name, name of the publisher, place of the publisher, controlled vocabulary or subject keywords, etc. are stored. Authority file allows library professional to create and manage error-free and unique database for authors, publishers and keywords. Vendors master database. Vendors are one of the most important partner in the process of document acquisition as suppliers of books, periodicals, CDs and other non-book materials. The details of vendors are stored in a master database to avoid repetitive tasks. The master database of vendor facilitates generation of unique code for each and every vendor and stores all the information such as communication address, email ID, phone number, contact person, area of specialization in which they are prompt in delivery of materials, etc. At the time of placing order or an inquiry, the system fetches all relevant details from master database. Another master database is budget master. Budget master is an important master database that stores information of the finances required to perform the financial transactions while acquiring the material such as source of income, expenditure, allocations, etc. There are a number of sources from where the budget may be allocated or allotted. Such details are stored in the budget master database. It allows all the budgetary functions required for maintaining proper accounts of the acquisition system. It also enables users to create income and expenditure heads, various subheads, and allocation of funds. It facilitates transferring of funds from one expenditure head to another expenditure head depending upon requirement. Currency master database. Currency master database contains currency description, currency codes, and prevailing exchange rates of foreign currencies in terms of Indian rupees. The conversion is calculated automatically based on data entered in the master database. Conversion rates, exchange rates can be updated on the basis of GOC or bank rate in the master file, and it is reflected at the time of processing an invoice. Another master database is correspondence master. The master database of correspondence stores all types of formats of letters required for day-to-day library operations such as purchase order, cancellation order, reminder and claim for outstanding materials. This master database allows users to store all types of terms and conditions formulated by the library in the form of letters. Type of document. The library procures different types of documents such as books, monographs, e-books, composite books, CD-ROM, conference proceedings, braille, etc. The master file stores all types of documents in the databases. When a user selects particular type of document, it fetches other details from the master database. The second component of an automated acquisition system is the process or a workflow of an acquisition system. There are total 10 steps involved in acquiring any document. These steps are document request, pre-order checking, obtaining an approval, preparing and mailing orders, receiving documents, verification and modification of actual bibliographic information, processing of invoice and accessioning of document, payment details, reminder for unsupplied documents, and cancellation of outstanding items. We will try to understand each one of them. First, document request. Building library collection requires active participation of its stakeholders or users. Users are expected to recommend important documents useful to them. The documents are usually selected by the library based on the request of the users or from the tools such as bibliographies, publisher's catalog, publisher's interface, book reviews, newspaper clippings, emails from an author's self-recommendation, information from the supplier, etc. Generally, documents selection process is being done by the library staff in consultation with experts in the field. Most of the automated acquisition system provides for a request from either in acquisition or in OPEC module. Pre-order or duplicate checking. Once the request for a document is received, the same is checked for the duplication. An automated acquisition system provides a search interface to check whether requested book is available in the library's collection or not. It also facilitates the searching by various fields such as title, author, publisher, ISBN, etc. An automated acquisition system also provides Boolean search facility, allowing users to combine search terms. This steps is followed in an automated system to ensure availability of book in the library. If the book is already available in the library's collection, then it is marked as duplicate and it is not ordered unless multiple copies are required for a given book. One has to be careful while searching in the system because slight variations in the words may result in duplication. As such, it is advisable to check for duplicate by multiple approaches, that is by author or by editors or by title or by series or by ISBN, etc. Third, obtaining approval. As in case of traditional library system, the libraries are supposed to take approval from competent authority for acquisition of documents before placing purchase order. The same process is also followed in the automated acquisition system. Library prepares the list of books which are to be ordered with necessary details and send it to the competent authority. Once the item are approved, unapproved, the list comes back to the library and the same is updated in the automated acquisition system, and the status of specific item is updated by this system accordingly. Is obtaining an approval. As in case of traditional library system, the libraries are supposed to take approval from competent authority for acquisition of documents before placing purchase order. The same process is also followed in the automated acquisition system. Library prepares the list of books which are to be ordered with necessary details and send it to the competent authority. Once the item are approved or unapproved, the list comes back to the library and the same is updated in the automated acquisition system, and the status of specific item is updated by the system accordingly. Some of the automated system also provides login interface for competent authority to approve the titles. All the titles approved by the competent authority are ready for ordering once it is approved by the competent authority. Fourth, preparing and mailing orders. Once the documents are approved by the competent authority, these documents are ordered with different vendors, suppliers, depending upon their efficiency in supplying books published by various publishers. Automated acquisition system allows users to create new order for each vendor. As soon as the order is created, the system loads all the approved titles, and as per the ordering criteria, vendors are picked up and books are selected and included in the specific purchase order. The moment it is added in the purchase order, the status of book changed from under process to ordered, and it will not appear in the list of books under processing. The automated acquisition system provides facility to directly send purchase order over email by clicking on the send mail option. Fifth is receiving documents. As and when a document is received by the library, it is entered in the system. The automated acquisition system provides facility to open specific order and receive the document from the order. If vendor supplies more than one document, then one by one all the documents in an order can be received. As soon as the document is received under particular order, the status of the document is changed from ordered to received. Once the document is received, the system enables assigning accession number and processing of invoice. The sixth step is verification and modification of actual bibliographic information. Before accessioning a book, it is advisable to verify the actual bibliographic information entered in the system. There may be slight variation in title, subtitle, place of publication, year, and physical description. The automated acquisition system allows making necessary changes in bibliographic details as well as administrative details before processing it for accessioning and invoicing. The seventh step is processing, invoice, and accessioning of documents. As soon as the verification and modification of bibliographic and administrative details is over, the item is further processed for invoicing and accessioning. The acquisition module facilitates processing of a new invoice and allows entering administrative details such as invoice number, invoice date, order number, discount, total invoice value, etc. The system fetches administrative information from master databases such as exchange rate, order details, vendor details, etc. Once the invoice details are entered in the system, acquisition staff is allowed to assign accession number to those documents which are received under a given order. As soon as the accession number is assigned, the system automatically calculates the amount after deducting discount, if any. After accessioning of all the documents listed in the invoice, the system matches the invoice value and calculates value. If the value matches, then it displays that the invoice process is completed. Otherwise, an alert message, that is incomplete invoice, will be reflected. The moment book is accessioned, the status in the system changes from received to accessioned and sent for technical processing. The eighth step is payment details. Once the book is accessioned, the system enables payment approval process and generates the payment number against particular invoice number. Now the invoice is sent for payment to the concerned department for releasing the payment. As soon as the payment is released, the system allows storing payment details such as check number, check date, bank and branch name, as well as amount of the check. Ninth step is reminder for outstanding documents. As stated above, the process of acquisition consists of set of tasks performed till the time document is received, accessioned, and sent for cataloging. An automated system provides lead time facility that can be used for generating reminders for outstanding titles for various orders. Usually, this is done on the expiry of normal delivery time as mentioned in the terms and conditions of supply. For example, if an item is ordered on March 1st with a normal delivery time, that is lead time of 6 weeks, and if it is not supplied or received by April 16th, The system treats the item as outstanding and generates a reminder notice for that item and also sends automatic reminder to the vendor over email. 10th and last step is cancellation of outstanding orders. After reminder to the vendor, if the book is not supplied within grace period, then the system treats the item as cancelled from the order and the automatic intimation to that effect is sent to the vendor. The library can place order for cancelled item to an alternative vendor. These 10 steps are followed in book acquisition system. Now we will talk about serials acquisition system or serials acquisition process. Automated acquisition process for serial publications is slightly different than books. In case of books, the order is placed and supplier sends a book along with an invoice, whereas in case of serials, advanced payment has to be made and the issues of individual journals are delivered as and when. Automated acquisition process for serial publications is slightly different than books. In case of books, the order is placed and supplier sends a book along with an invoice, whereas in case of serials, advance payment has to be made and the issues of individual journals are delivered as and when they are published. Ideally, there are 4 steps involved in automated acquisition. Ideally, there are 4 steps involved in automated serial acquisition system, that is request or selection, ordering, payment and recording or binding. Each step has several operations and procedures. We'll try to understand serial acquisition process in detail. First, request or selection. Library normally receives requests from the users for acquiring new serials publications. Serial acquisition work consists of a number of activities that tend to be repetitive. The request could be placed from OPAC as well as by filling up a form. Request is nothing but a simple form in which requester has to provide basic information about the serial publication. Once the request is received, the library may display sample copy of some of the loose issues of for recommendation. Request is nothing but a simple form in which requester has to provide basic information about the serial publications. Once the request is received, the library may display sample copy of some of the loose issues for recommendation from the other users. After this, requested title is sent for approval of the competent authority. The system allows competent authority to approve titles one by one or all the titles at a time using user ID and password. Similarly, library staff can also perform this task using their user ID and password. Second step is ordering. Once the title is approved by the concerned authority, formal purchase order is prepared, addressed to different vendors. If any journal is already subscribed during last year, then the renewal order can be placed with same vendor, and in case of change in vendor for any title, firm order can be prepared in the new vendor. And automated serial acquisition provides sending orders through email. Second step is ordering. Once the title is approved by the concerned authority, formal purchase order is prepared, addressed to the different vendors. If any journal is already subscribed during last year, then the renewal order can be placed with same vendor, and in case of change in vendor for any title, firm order can be prepared in the name of new vendor. An automated serial acquisition provides sending orders through email. It also provides facility to download order copy in different formats such as MS Word, PDF, MS Excel, etc. The third step is payment. As soon as purchase order or renewal order is placed, the vendor forwards payments on behalf of the library and raises an invoice along with necessary documents. These documents include remittance advice, photocopy of DD, check or wire transfer, bank exchange rate, price proof, etc. All these documents are verified by the library staff, and if they are in proper order, the invoice is passed for payment. Most important difference between book acquisition and serial acquisition is advance payment. The acquisition modules facilitates processing of a new invoice and allows entering administrative details such as invoice number, invoice date, order number, discount, total invoice value, etc. The system fetches other administrative information from master databases such as exchange rate, order details, vendor details, etc. The fourth and last step is recording and binding. After placing order for serials, the serial publications are supplied to library as per their frequency and the same is recorded in the system. The system generates a control number for each loose issue, which is useful to check out the loose issues of the journals to the users. If the serial is not supplied on time or in between the lead time, then the reminder is sent to the supplier with subscription number and payment details. Else, one can also send consolidated list of outstanding issues. When the set of volume is completed, it is sent for binding, and after binding it is added to the collection of the back volumes by assigning accession number. The third component of automated acquisition system is reports. A well-designed acquisition system provides for a variety of reports required for day-to-day as well as occasional work. The reports are used to frame the policy for the library system. The automated acquisition system provides statistical as well as management reports. Following are some of the reports that can be generated by an automated acquisition system. First, an automated acquisition system facilitates library staff to generate various reports such as list of requested items, approval letters, order reports, purchase order, reminder letter, accession register, invoice related reports, etc. Second, it also allows generating barcode labels, financial statement, vendor-wise supply status, vendor-wise outstanding books, order-wise supplied and outstanding items, reminder notice for outstanding items, etc. Third, the system enables to generate reports by budget head, department, supplier, publisher, title, payment status, payment details, and all correspondence letters to the accounts and vendors or publishers, etc. Now we will try to understand about pattern-driven acquisition system for e-books. Pattern-driven acquisition system is a model developed to enhance the collection of the library in terms of e-books. The main concept of this model is to purchase the e-books as and when it is required by the patron of the library. Generally, libraries provide list of e-books to the patron or an access to search interface provided by the publisher through their website or through libraries OPEC from which the patron can access the items. When the use of e-books made accessible to users and if it is reaches when the use of e-book made accessible to users and if it reaches to a particular threshold in terms of number of chapters downloaded or number of pages viewed, the book is considered as purchased. The library may acquire the resources permanently or acquire a license to use the resource only at certain times or in certain ways. PDA is a possible solution to the unsustainable rise in the cost of acquiring books. Pattern-driven acquisition system is an ideal Pattern-driven acquisition system is an ideal way to increase access to vast number of titles of the pattern's choice and purchase it if it is used by the patrons of the library. When the patron refers to an ebook for certain times, the system allows patron to trigger the purchase. There are two ways to provide electronic access to the patron: publisher's search interface and library's catalog. First, publisher's search interface. Publisher provides list of titles available in library's collection or in their collection on specific title. There are two ways to provide electronic access to the patron, that is publisher's search interface and library's catalog or OPAC. There are two ways to provide electronic access to the patron, that is publisher's search interface and library's catalog or OPAC. First, publisher's search interface. Publisher provides a list of titles available in their collection on specific subject to the library. The library identifies the titles in consultation with experts of the subject domain and asks for the electronic access to the selected titles. Once the list goes back to the publisher, they provide search interface to all the selected titles with online access. Second, library catalog or OPAC. Similarly, the publishers are providing free bibliographic records of all the titles published by them in widely accepted bibliographic formats such as Mark 21 or CCF. Once the records are in Mark or CCF format, this can be imported in the automated acquisition system. As soon as it is imported in the system, immediately it can be searched through OPAC. There are three steps involved in a process of pattern-driven acquisition system, that is identification of a collection, search interface, purchase on demand. First, identification of collection. Publisher provides list of titles published by them in specific subject domain. Selection of titles is made based on proximity of the book content with area of patron's interest. The selection of titles may be from different publishers as well as subjects too. Search interface. Once the collection is identified, the publishers provide full text access to the titles which are selected. As mentioned above, selected titles can be searched through OPAC. The system allows access to the bunch of collections from which patron can search, discover or browse various collections through the interface. Third is purchase on demand. As soon as the titles are identified and loaded onto a searchable interface, full text of this can be made accessible to the patrons. The criteria for triggering purchase need to be fixed with publishers. Following may be the criteria for automatic purchase of ebooks. First, download an ebook by the patron. Second, views an ebook for more than 10 minutes. Third, views more than 10 pages of an ebook. And 4, prints, emails or copies and pastes a portion of an ebook page. An automatic purchase is triggered when a patron accesses the book if any of the above criteria is fulfilled. The system can also provide approval facility to restrict automatic purchases, and the library can keep eyes on the usage behavior of the patron. Based on the patron's interest, a profile can be set for single title as well as multiple titles, and if it is approved by the concerned authority, then only the ebooks are purchased. Let us take a recap of whole module. Summarization of acquisition module. Acquisition system manages the process of placing order for documents as well as receiving, tracking and financial transactions. The module elaborates basics of automated acquisition system, components, process of document procedures, etc. It also provides brief information on purpose of automated acquisition system, major functions of automated library acquisition system, and general flow of work followed by almost all integrated library management systems for acquiring documents. The module also covers brief information on various types of reports. It also provides concise information about the patron-driven acquisition system for ebooks acquisition. Thank you.